So Spielberg and Lucas, written by Lawrence Kasdan, 1981.
He declined to write the sequel, too.
The prequel.
It's both.
It's true.
It's the sequel and the prequel,
No.
technically speaking.
No.
It is superior, however.
Yeah, it is better, actually. Temple of Doom is
A lot-
the best
a
Indiana
lot of people
Jones.
don't say it.
People
Yeah.
will fight us for these opinions, but I don't care.
Movies on video cassette.
Welcome to Strange Glow Video.
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish.
We're oozing with VHS, horror, nostalgia, and more.
New Better Block Glow in the Dark.
After it throws some videotape, you can get a glow-in-the-dark hand puppet from the movie Casper.
And now, your hosts, Alec, Justin, and Nick.
Hey, you're not allowed to rent here anymore.
Hello, and welcome to Strange Glow Video. My name is Justin, and beside me is Nick
Which side?
and Alec.
Oh, it's probably says it right on the screen.
It doesn't say it on the screen the whole time, though, usually. But I can,
Right now
I can
it does?
start doing it, yeah. Usually I just do it at the intro.
Yeah, just the intro.
Well, this is
Nick.
the intro, right?
This
Yes.
is the intro. So lots of cool shit going on.
And he's Booger.
The Booger's over there. You can't see
He's
him.
wandering around.
I had a birthday last week, so that was cool.
We know we had a whole episode about it.
I know.
The 420 special.
Yeah.
It was my birthday. I mean, Justin's birthday.
Non-PR.
Yeah, we watched a movie about the guy, my birthday partner's birthday friend
Yeah.
this week. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get for pickups, Alec? Did you buy anything?
A couple things, not much. A couple Goosebumps tapes I didn't have.
Oh my god, Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask 2, and Goosebumps, A Night in Terror Tower.
Nice.
So it's a sequel?
Yes.
Yeah, have you see that?
You got to see the first one to understand what's going on?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, there's several Goosebumps books that had sequels. The Mummy Returns,
Finally
a-
found a copy of Beetlegeist,
Beetlejuice.
so that's pretty cool. And then I picked this up just because it seemed intriguing. Devil in the Flesh, starring Rose McGowan. Haven't seen it yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, what you got?
Yeah, that's it. I did open the NECA Alf finally in the cabinet, but he's in there now with the TV that I bought that plays Back to the Future, and
Nice.
a couple of those little food items and stuff stacked around him with his little microphone,
Excellent.
the cat sandwich.
Cat sandwich.
So I got a few things here to show off. So Toysaurus on Instagram was shutting down his shop for a while. He's a family man, and he's doing kind of a fire sale to get rid of some stuff. So I got one of these big-ass Ninja Turtles from him that's
Is
basically...
that life size, you think?
I don't know, but the original one fit in a little can of ooze.
turtles. Mimicking
Sounds
his
good.
moves from my cage. Hirokosaki. I learned to fillet myself as well.
I mean,
Mimicking his moves from my cage.
that's a different Ninja Turtles. So he sent that to me, which this thing's glow in the dark, and it's amazing. I got this giant thing way cheaper than I could actually get a vintage Ninja Turtles one on eBay. I've been looking at those. Just 'cause
Full-grown nymphomaniac
Mhm.
turtles. I don't know. There's something there.
Yeah, there's something there. But he also threw in some bonus stuff, so I got this little Diddy Kong and a frog. It's a cute little resin cast. Bada bada booty ho! Crash Bandicoot, little mask. Pretty cool.
Sound like Beavis.
And the sticker. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, I also got this Back to the Future cards. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Back to the Future playing cards. Foil. Foil.
Yeah, don't mention Beavis and Butthead, because then it just turns into that.
Speaking of, I've been watching the new season.
Yeah.
First couple episodes. Third one might be up by now.
I am going to open
Pretty
these.
good. Oh my god.
I'm going to open these right now because there's something important I wanted to test
Are
on
they
these.
nudie cards?
No, this
Is that-
isn't Dutch.
I hit the mic, that's what that
Is
was.
that why you want to open them?
No.
Bugger
But
says
if
that food?
Fucking Biff Tannen is not the goddamn Joker in this card. I'm going to be pretty upset.
George McFly's the king, right?
No, he refuses to be licensed as a imaging for any of this stuff.
Oh, it's like actually pictures of them?
They can't
I don't
use
know.
images from the movie with him in it
No.
on a playing card?
No, they'd have to license his image. That's the whole fucking thing of the why he.
No, I know, but he didn't. He hasn't allowed. Okay, well, yeah.
No,
What about the guy who impersonated him in the second one?
That guy's an asshole.
No, I mean, but is he on the playing cards?
No,
Is this
we'll
just
find
for the first movie, or is this the whole trilogy?
It just says Back to the Future playing cards. Foil pack.
Booger, you all right? Oh, he's just yakking on a bone.
All right. Well, these are
What
interesting.
the
So the
fuck?
Joker cards.
Boogie.
Are you sure there's people on these?
I don't know.
Nick, do you see Boog?
Here's the Joker
I
cards
thought
if
his
you're
hat came
looking.
from over there.
Oh, he's under here.
It's the clock tower and the DeLorean in front of the clock tower.
Oh, he's
Way-
shaking, I think,
way
because he
underwhelming.
thinks it's raining. Is it supposed to rain?
I don't know.
He's not having a good time, though.
These are not quite as epic as I thought they'd be.
Let me see.
You shouldn't have opened them. You ruined it.
Nick, they were pretty cheap, so I don't really care.
I mean, you ruined the. No, there's no rain or anything in the forecast here.
Oh, there is a Biff Tannen.
Biff? Biff is the Joker? That's not a Joker, is it? That's
Oh,
a
no,
Jack.
That's the Jack in the
Who is
thing.
that? Is that Biff? I can't even tell. Who is that?
I don't know.
That's supposed to be the Doc? Like, what is that? I don't...
I don't know. We're gonna have to do a fucking separate video on this shit.
Nope,
'cause
there's Doc. Okay, at least there's that.
Who's the woman?
And there's George.
At least you can tell who he is.
There's a George.
George and Lorraine. Marty is this Jack. Okay, so they're different.
By the okay.
Yeah, let's look at the face cards here. That's old Biff, right? Or that's
Yeah.
the Biff with that haircut.
Yeah, that's current times Biff, I think, right?
But
Basically.
after they come back, I think.
Yeah.
So is that,
Well, I guess he always has.
was
That's
that-
his sister, right?
Yeah.
Doc. Welcome to Hill Valley sign is the ace.
Yeah, there's a Back to the Future and the Ace of
Okay, that's a cool one.
Spades. Yeah, that's good.
And then George and Lorraine and Doc again, and
Would you quit fucking hitting the mic with your
I
goddamn
didn't touch
face?
it.
it might be mine.
Well, I just saw your snoot and you love rubbing your face
I
on
didn't
that
touch it.
top.
Young George and Lorraine, Marty in the 50s.
Sorry, I lashed out irrationally at you. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
That guy's a terrorist. Why are we talking about him?
Oh, man.
What else did you get, Justin?
Hershey's plant-based oat chocolate confection, which we can demonstrate these now.
I thought cocoa bean was a plant.
There's no cow pus in these.
Oh, purely plant-based. Then.
Extra
Yes.
creamy almond and sea salt. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Exactly, man. Sea salt and almond.
Here you go. Get yourself a brick. Motherfucker, this grabs two. Stole half my fucking candy bar. How come nobody told me I had one of those things?
There's not any nuts in this, right?
You got a nut allergy or something?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, and I finally picked up this
Actually, I like
Matty
that.
Collector Ghostbusters 2 set. That was a birthday gift to myself with some money my mom gave me.
I like it better than regular because they got
Which
that sea
sounds
salt
really
in there.
funny for a 30-year-old man to say that he bought himself toys with money that his mom gave him.
We're trying to review this chocolate here.
It's a pretty cool set.
Where'd you get those? The chocolate.
Walmart.
They just up at the front.
Candy aisle. By all the fancy bars. They're actually right by the Mr. Beast bars.
I picked. Oh, I saw those yesterday at Walmart.
I have a peanut butter one now.
I picked up a king size football Reese's cup, so that's probably stale. It was only like 80-some cents, so. It's been like 3 months since football season, so.
Right back.
Where are you going?
So you're one of those guys that says it wrong.
What? Reese's?
Reese's.
I say
You heard the fucking commercial.
No, I say Reese's because Reese's.
There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
I say Reese's.
They don't say Reese's.
I say Reese's because it rhymes with Pieces.
Whatever.
Pieces.
Pieces?
Reese's Pieces.
No.
Still rhymes, dillhole.
No.
The word is pieces, not pieces.
I say Pieces.
It would make
Wrong.
sense if it was Reese's
Are
Pieces.
you having Reese's too?
Reese's
You
Pieces?
bet I am. I heard the word Reese's and was like, I said I'm turning
Didn't they
this
pronounce it
into
like that in E.T., though?
Quit making excuses for not listening to the commercials they had. There's no wrong way. Did he eat
To
Reese's?
pronounce it Reese's.
one bite, baby.
I picked up some McFarlane DC toys. That's it.
Where that?
Mostly at home.
People want to see the shit you buy, Nick.
No. That's too much.
Don't mind my voice cracking. My mom still helps me buy toys.
We got some news. We got some news here.
Dum, dum, dum,
You didn't
dum,
tell me about
dum,
my
dum.
pubes, did you?
Tucker Carlson's out.
Yeah, that was on my list. Well, Fox News settled with Dominion Voting Machine Company and owes nearly $800 million to them.
Well, when you cost your employer nearly, considering they're asking for $1.5 billion, but you cost your employer $787 million, and you act surprised that you're going to get fired. Hasn't he been fired?
Well, he wasn't the only one, and it probably wasn't even his decision.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, his, what was it, emails or texts or whatever, admitting that he's lying on,
I'm going to go out on a limb here, fellas, and tell you I don't trust any politician because most of them only do it for the lifetime benefits. They don't really give a shit about their constituents, and the ones that actually do get there and realize they can't get anything done without playing the game, so then they all get turned anyway, and then
Except Bernie, man.
You're stoned out of your mind, man.
Bernie's not an exception. He's playing the game, making money too.
But he was not a millionaire until like 2016 after he wrote a book and shit. But he's not doing as he's still better than some people. There's still it's not like they're not
grades.
yeah, there's many subtle levels.
But as far as that concerned, get a real fucking job. Being a politician is not a fucking job.
It's not true.
It's not.
Twisters is looking for extras in the Oklahoma City area.
Yeah. Hey, that looks pretty fucking cool. I saw that. What are the dates, though? Did it say?
There was a bunch of May dates.
I'll be down there in May.
This May?
Too bad your car's not working because they're looking for Storm Chaser extra cars.
I don't think Ghostbusters car would fit.
All we'd have to do is throw some magnets over the doors. And make
Strange glow storm chasing.
Well, all those people that brought their windy trucks will...
And then we'll all be
Or
storm.
Dorothy trucks,
They are
not
doing
windy
a bunch of Storm Chaser extras.
Yeah.
So it would be with people with cars and without. So that would be the one to go for. But it's like they're looking for the type they're looking for that is the slick people. And you're not on the good guys' side. You're clearly the Jonas people, which would be amazing to be like the Jonas crew.
I mean, you already have a satellite on your roof.
Is this going to be...
That's what I was saying. Like, it would look accurate if you didn't have the Ghostbusters logos. They wouldn't know what that shit is.
The striping, yeah. Get rid of that in post-production.
Just the logos. The caution striping, honestly, would fit.
What we should do is custom print some magnets that just cover it and say Titty Twister, like in
Jesus.
Teddy.
From Dusk Till Dawn, the Titty Twister
A
chasers.
twister with titties hanging out of it.
That's weird.
So
No,
there was
that's
some
dope.
Ghostbusters set leaks. You seen this? You heard about this?
You seen this? Heard about this?
We're not going to say what they were.
No, and I already made a post about this, but don't be a fucking dick. And I saw some people arguing back and forth the semantics of it. Well, you're going to find out about it anyway. It's just cast returning.
but-
You're like, I still want the surprise of the
But they
trailer at
can
least.
still post it, but put spoiler images before it so you can choose whether or not you want to see the spoiler.
No, and then
Like, it's not that they posted it, it's that they didn't give people the option to not see it.
Yeah.
oh,
Well, that's the
exactly.
thing with Instagram. Some people are doing this thing where they post the first picture, they post 3 pictures or 2 pictures. The first one says spoiler,
Yeah.
and then the other one is the thing. But that
then-
doesn't work on Instagram because if you've seen
No.
the first picture and you go scrolling, it'll just pop up as the second picture eventually.
It'll automatically keep the
So
your
it's
feed
just
changing.
fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on Facebook, you post 4 or 5 whatever
Yeah,
spoiler
it's dumb
pictures
that you have
first.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just be courteous because not everyone wants to be spoiled by that, right? I mean, that's paparazzi out there.
People are
doing-
like, it's not a spoiler. Like, well, actually, it is.
Discord has a built-in spoiler. You can select that this is a spoiler, and then people have to click on the image to see it or whatever.
well, that's
Facebook needs
smart.
something like that. you
So
know.
does Instagram, but
Well, yeah, all social media.
but there's all those people out there that are intentionally going to do it and then
Yeah.
wind up unfollowed, and they're like, "Why is my social media shrinking?" You're like, "Because
Yeah, I unfollowed all of them because it's like, well, what else are they going to post before this movie comes out? You know.
And that sucks, because one of the groups that did it, like, we met at FanFest, and then, saw their booth and everything there, and they're like, oh, you guys are doing that? And some people in their group were the ones, like, that were really vehemently being jerks about it, and you're like, why are you trying to take the fun away for other people? And more importantly, the storytellers are trying to tell a story here, not show you the paparazzi leaks. I feel like those are the same types of people, and this may sound extreme, but are the type of person that created, like, the website,
Some of
remember,
what you're about to
Rotten.com?
see and hear is explicit.
Hey, don't group them together.
No, they're the type of person that have been like, oh, there's Chris Farley's corpse. I better put this online to show everybody. Like, they have no... I mean, all they're doing
Well, you
is...
had to go looking for that, though. On Facebook, you're just scrolling innocently.
Yes, but these days they would have just shared that everywhere.
It's
the same thing, because they want to get that clickbait, they want that like, they want that interaction, right? And there's a time and a place.
Attention-seeking, yeah.
There's a time and a place to expose all that, but like Winston, like we're expecting him there, right? That's a casting announcement we've all heard, like, with the teaser at the end of the Afterlife. Okay. Things like that. And then,
I saw somebody comment on
that's the only one I'll mention.
on those 3 pictures, and they're like, "Oh, you guys don't even mention the fact that Winston's there." I was like,
I am highly
we know
concerned
Winston's going to be there.
about Logan Kim specifically, but also
About what?
have they only confirmed Phoebe and Trevor, right?
I was under the impression they confirmed Lucky as well.
See, I didn't think they did.
What about
I don't know.
podcast?
That's the thing. Lucky and Podcast kind of need to be in it too.
They really carried that. They're the honestly, that's all I cared about in Afterlife was the new characters.
Well, you could delete Trevor and Lucky from the movie, and it wouldn't have made any difference. But
One of the costume spoilers was a little lame too. I'm like,
you love it.
I guess by them doing a sequel to that one, he didn't do it in the thing that I'm not going to speculate on it too much in case in case there's somebody who hasn't seen it. I'm sure they have because it's been fucking everywhere.
Well, there's almost no way to avoid it. By like 10 a.m. that day, I'd
Yeah, I
seen
feel
it
like
in,
everybody's
15
probably
places.
seen these.
But there's still people that hadn't. But you're just like, man, I just don't understand why you got to be like that. Why?
Yeah.
But I am very excited about that. And everyone's like, well, we haven't heard much. Well, they're fucking filming the movie. They typically don't fucking start releasing stuff right away. That's how that works.
Yeah, they've released some pictures of sets and things, and very loosely at first. That's what they do.
I love the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, we're building sets. We're doing things like that because those can explain. We're going back to the firehouse, so we saw that that's what they were building the set of. Okay, no big deal. To me,
In
that's
London,
not a spoiler.
England.
And that's approved and sanctioned by the production company. Okay, we're good with that. But if it's the paparazzi, you're like, and you're in a country where
Papa.
you killed the princess by having paparazzi doing scum shit.
They
So-
killed Diana,
They did.
the Princess of Wales.
I'd beat her to death with her own shoes.
Exactly. I know. I would go after somebody like the paparazzi and say, the typical cliche, like get a real job. But then you're like looking at people hoarding wealth, and you're like, no, those people need to.
This could
We
have
got a whole class of people to worry about.
This could have just
called the
been an obsessive Ghostbusters fan. This could have been Ghost Head Tom that took these pictures.
Nah.
We don't know.
Ghost Head Tom couldn't afford
Ghost
it.
Head
It's
Tom.
some limey.
Ghost Head Tom did share
If you're
these
listening
pictures,
from England,
though.
I apologize for that remark.
Also in Ghostbusters news,
What?
And Ghostbusters news, isn't it?
we got full-size Spirit Halloween packs that are
There's a spirit Halloween
that
pack,
are
isn't
sold
it?
out as of yesterday. I don't know. If
Baby's
they're-
arm and
I
an
assume
apple.
they're going to make more, though. I don't know.
You assume they're gonna make more?
You think so?
I gotta
Let
watch
me
the
see.
telly.
A for-profit business and a capitalist
Shut
society
up!
is going to fucking do that
They
for
stopped
money.
making those goddamn terror dogs, though, wouldn't they? They've been out of stock for a year
A
and a half.
$500 item for a
Don't-
very fucking niche
don't-
market that you can't wear as a costume, Nick.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
No.
Price point in a Halloween
You don't know
costume.
what the hell they're going to do.
Well, why don't you complain about it? You didn't buy one the first chance you had a time. First time you had a chance.
I'm not
did you?
complaining about it. I'm just saying they might not fucking make them.
Pretty sure they're gonna make more.
You don't know.
We don't know if Spirit's going to make more. They're going to make more.
I bet your life on it.
Maybe.
I
They
will
sold
bet
out
your
quick
life.
enough that they'd be stupid not to.
Maybe-
The other ones have been in production for 5+
Are they gonna
years.
Are they
so-
gonna have these in stores though? They can put the
You know what
Irrelevant.
happened? You know what happened
Irrelevant.
with the terror dogs?
I never saw a single one in stores anyway, so
It took
the
them
little ones.
ever.
It took them several
Could've
years to
some.
sell out, and they didn't make more because there was not a fast enough.
But we can't say for sure that they'll make more. Is what I'm saying.
I bet your life
It's
on
not
it.
true.
If they don't make more, you got to kill your.
You can't say that on YouTube.
Fight.
You have to say unalive yourself or something.
You have to use the self-checkout if they
At Walmart.
make more. If they don't make more,
I'm not saying they won't. I just say we can't say for sure that they will.
yes, we can. Bet your life on it.
They could make more of those goddamn terror dogs and leave them in their warehouse.
They don't give a fuck
and
about the
somebody
terror
order
dogs,
them.
Nick. Those are not selling like hotcakes.
They
These
sold
were.
them all.
After a long fucking time.
Round 2.
Don't matter. They could have kept making them.
No,
Fight.
you missed your chance.
They
You
coulda-
missed your chance.
They could have kept making them all on, and they were selling really quick. You don't know.
Well, you could also go find someone's and buy it from them secondhand.
No. The only one I've ever seen was in California, probably, and it was pickup only.
I just love pissing you off with this because you're still so mad about not getting one of those. It's funny. Just to like
You're not pissing me off.
poke the bear. Oh, I don't want to poke you there.
We just need 2 of them because
Might
there was
need your
2
metal
terror dogs.
detector.
Finish
Well,
him.
they only made 1 terror dog.
I know.
They didn't make 2 heads.
You can alter it. Just need bigger
I mean,
horns.
you can alter just about anything these days, really.
Just need bigger horns.
We could alter you if you wanted. You could get cosmetic surgery. And maybe I can get my vocal cords fixed so my voice stops cracking, but... Anyone know what that surgery looks like?
That's probably horn.
Alex just over here high as a kite, fucking clicking the sound bites. As
Because you guys are fighting, so
That's
Mortal Kombat.
You probably need hormone treatment for that. I think.
probably not.
You need some more testosterone.
No, I have 3 kids. I'm pretty sure I've got plenty of testosterone.
No, to fix your
Squeaky
your
voice.
breaking. Yeah. Anything else in the news?
Anything else in the news? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out soon. That's coming right up. Lots of good stuff. I haven't seen the toys for that hit the shelves yet, which is interesting.
Oh, they're all over Target. They're on the end caps though.
Oh, really?
The end cap facing the board games though.
I haven't been into a Target in a minute looking for toys.
Yeah, they got all the.
I saw the Indiana Jones toys in there the other day, and the Jurassic Park. Only the walkie-talkies, the 30th
Oh.
anniversary ones. Those look cool, but
Those figures must be selling pretty quick. Cause I've only seen like one Marion at a store, one John Rhys Davies.
I saw Heimlich or whatever, the Nazi
yeah,
dude,
I've seen that one too.
and I saw.
I haven't seen Indy anywhere.
Yeah, after...
They make
me
short
neither.
round because I'm gonna buy short round.
I would buy an Indy and a short round.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's really the only ones I would want, though. Not that I don't like it. It's
What
not
about
my
the guy
biggest
that-
fandom, so I don't want to get a whole...
What about the guy that rips out the guy's heart?
Oh, from Temple of Doom?
They gonna make one of those?
Michael Eisner.
I don't know. What if I ripped out your heart? Would it be broken then?
Mm-hmm.
Would you sing me a sad song? Wouldn't sing me anything. I don't think you'd be alive anymore.
You're alive for a little bit.
Just long enough to realize that you're not.
Anything else in the news?
Yeah, what do you got in the news, Alec?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Exciting.
Nothing
really-
exciting.
Fast X is coming out soon.
Fuck.
There's a shitload of movies coming out.
Yeah,
I'll
this
tell
is
you
a
that.
big
Like,
year
we're
for
about to
movies.
hit the big time.
There's already so many in theaters. Right. I kind of wanted to see Air just because of the era of it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still,
That I'll be fine watching.
I still
at
want
home.
to see that.
Other people I know are big into John Wick. I'm not personally, but I understand it. That's still a big movie to be in theaters right now.
I
as
saw
well as,
John Wick 4.
Evil Dead, Mario are both in theaters still, and it's a bit
Renfield's the next one I
that
want
one.
to see.
Yeah.
I saw Renfield.
I've seen. I haven't seen as many people talking about that as I would have expected. I've seen a lot of
Renfield,
people.
I've
yeah.
seen all my
like it.
horror people talking about it, but like
It just feels
very
like is that coming out
mixed opinions.
around the same time as Evil Dead really just kind of pushed that to the side because
It was out for a couple weeks.
see again,
first.
the only people I'm seeing talk about Evil Dead are horror people in general.
yeah. Oh yeah, Nick and I are going to see Bruce Campbell on Thursday.
Yeah.
I wish I had a soundbite that was just sucking sounds.
Sucking sound. Does he want to give him a blowjob?
No, because you will be.
I don't think we're gonna meet him.
I don't think so.
You have to get the expensive ticket for that.
Would you like for me to take your pants off instead?
Gee, let me think.
But yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, so that's fun. I got anything else? Are we gonna talk about?
Let's talk about this movie.
What movie are we doing? Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
Indiana Jones episode 2.
technically by continuity's sake, but by release's sake, it was the first one.
Which is bullshit. At some point, we'll get to something about that bothers me.
Yeah, wasn't it like an arbitrary decision?
It was. So the word on the street is that when they did the second movie, they didn't want to do Nazis again.
Nine Nazis.
So they did something else because historically they kind of pigeonholed themselves, right? For Indy's age and everything. And they're like, oh, no, we're going to go back, further back. And you're like, okay.
They went back a whole.
Gives a fucking shit.
They went back a whole year.
I would love to see a David Lynch directed fucking Indiana Jones movie.
Oh my god.
Could you fucking imagine how amazing that would be?
No.
It'd be like Indiana Jones and the fucking Lodge of Suffering.
Yes, sign me up.
That's episode 4. Or movie 4.
That's probably going to be episode 5, too. I think it's a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the new trailer before Evil Dead Rise, and
I didn't.
it was very unexciting.
They didn't show that on mine. I saw the Guardians trailer and the Blue Beetle trailer.
Yeah, I saw the Blue Beetle trailer.
Which looks fine, but I just don't, like, good for that and good for the fans of that. I personally don't give a fuck, but, like, I get what it is there for.
For a DC
So I hope
flick,
it does well
I mean,
for
I think that Blue Beetle looks pretty entertaining, right? I
Looks like an average
I saw the
superhero
Flash
movie.
trailer also.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's not more horror trailers. This is bumming me out. Oh, except that one Stephen King, the Boogeyman one, that looks stupid as fuck to me, though, honestly.
It's intriguing. I hope that's good.
Looks boring. It looks like fucking just another Insidious movie. Like, not Insidious, fucking...
Well, they played the trailer for
Conjuring.
They played the trailer for the new Insidious movie,
Yes,
too.
they did. Which looks like trash, let's be honest.
I
The
haven't
first
I haven't watched
Insidious...
any of those.
The first one's good for what it is, but it's a PG-13. Consider that.
Well, that's the problem with so much modern horror.
I thought they
for
were
a while
over
they
that.
were so scared to do rated R.
Yeah, I thought they were past that. What happened? Or is it just you can get away with so much with PG-13 it didn't need to be rated R?
Well, it's not like it's gore and there's no titties, so it's just like ghost scariness.
Not a lot of F-bombs.
Yeah, but that's...
You know, that's why. Because it
We'll
doesn't
put
need to be.
titties in it.
But yeah, we'll put more gore in it too.
Well,
Put blood-soaked titties in your movies.
Gore doesn't always fit in haunting movies. But
Well, it should.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it
but
better,
you can
in my
always...
opinion.
The walls can bleed.
You can have sex
The
when you're...
walls of the 53rd precinct were bleeding.
I don't think that would make... Would
I
that
stuck
make it
my
rated
finger
R?
inside because there was a hole.
Wait, are we talking about...
We're talking about
I thought we
Ghostbusters 2.
I thought we started
Can we
talking
change
about...
gears?
I thought we started talking about Indiana Jones. What happened?
That's true, but now I'm on a Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, because I
thing.
think I brought up the trailer, maybe. Is that what happened?
Actually, that was Ghostbusters, but,
Let's talk about Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
No.
got some stuff to bring Ghostbusters into this, so don't you worry about that.
So, Spielberg and Lucas, written by Lawrence Kasdan, 1981.
He declined to write the sequel, too.
The prequel.
It's both.
It's true.
It's the sequel and the prequel,
No.
technically speaking.
No.
It is superior, however.
Yeah, it is better, actually. Temple of Doom is
A lot-
the best
a
Indiana
lot of people
Jones.
don't say it.
People
Yeah.
will fight us for these opinions, but I don't care.
I mean,
I don't get the hate for Temple of Doom, but
I enjoy all three of them. I mean, I don't have one that I'm like, oh, I got to watch that one. Like, if
I
any of them
do.
are on, I'll be like,
I
I'll
think
check it out.
Raiders might be my least favorite. I'd have to watch.
See, mine's Temple of Doom, Raiders, Last Crusade, and then Kingdom, and
Yeah,
we'll see.
Kingdom, it's kind of its own
It's
thing.
still,
but
I like it.
I don't
enough,
hate it
but
like so many people.
Well, maybe not
do.
less than
just less than the other
Crystal
ones.
Skull, but I think I like.
It's like with another episode that we're recording this week, the Evil Dead movies. They're all pretty good. All 5 that have come out have been pretty acceptable. Now, you still have to, if you're ranking them, you still got to put something on the bottom.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is going to be the same way. Kingdom of Crystal Skull is not my favorite movie by any means, but I
side
still have a
note,
good time. So
There's no shame in being the bottom. Okay? Whether that's a stack list, whether that's in your bedroom, there's no shame.
you saying this to me is quite weird, but I will let you know that I'm a verse, not a bottom. So
I'm not talking about you necessarily. I'm just saying in life in general, right? Life finds a way.
yeah.
Oh. Ivan Ooze is in this movie. That's pretty neat.
This movie just starts, doesn't
Where's
it?
my autograph book? Yeah, I love this movie. It doesn't fuck around. It just gets right to the point.
There's no, like, establishing shot or, it's just Indiana Jones walks up, you see his back, and then the title comes up or whatever the fuck happens.
Alfred Molina as Satipo is fucking epic. It's great.
Is that Doc Ock?
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite part of the movie is when he gets the idol and he goes, "The power of the sun and the palm of my hands."
Pretty good. It's not the age, honey, it's the mileage.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty epic line. As someone that's almost 40.
Oh.
And someone will be 40 soon. This young whippersnapper over here doesn't
He
appreciate that.
He says that to the girl he test drove when she was at 0 miles.
I was quoting Spider-Man too.
We know.
Yeah, but like you didn't go with it. You just went to some irrelevant, boring shit that I lost interest in. So I had to bring it back to Spider-Man 2.
We didn't want to talk about Spider-Man 2.
Why not? That's a great movie. And Alfred
You wanna
Molina's
talk
in a
Doc
turtleneck
Ock?
in that movie.
Could you imagine this movie without the score? The score really fucking starts selling you on this flick right away.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It's fucking epic.
I know it's the same composer, but I never noticed how much the music reminds me of Star Wars, though, in this one. Like, very similar kind of themes.
John
at
Williams
certain
has a
points.
certain vibe to his score writing, which I love.
Well,
Right.
there's like a thing that
But I don't think that
70s,
watching
particularly
Superman-
70s and 80s movies, certain movies have scores that are just so iconic. It's insane. And throughout the 90s, it starts to die down. And then now it's like, it's pretty rare to be like, oh, remember that score? Like, the last one I can think of is The Batman. Like, I can picture that score in my head, or not picture it, but hear it, listen to it.
Scores aren't as epic these days,
Well, they are, but they're just not
Sometimes
in the same.
they are.
They're not featured the same way.
They're
Like
more
to me-
Ghostbusters Afterlife before that.
Well,
but that's because
well, there's franchises from the era when the score was more pronounced. But
Yeah.
I mean, for example, like I love the Avengers themes that Alvin Silvestri has done.
Yeah, those are pretty iconic.
Like those are pretty epic. Those are great. I love that. But then some of the other Marvel stuff isn't quite as amazing.
But
Right?
that's Alan Silvestri, too. Like, it's
And then you
fucking
look
king.
at the Mandalorian. You look at the Black Panther. Like their scores are still relevant and important.
yeah, there's
They're
some
just-
good ones out there. I guess that's a good point. Like Mandalorian, I don't really love
But
that
Star
much,
Wars
but it,
is
like
still-
at least it is doing some evolving and interesting
Star Wars
things.
has that history with the music, though.
That's true too.
Well, I mean, so does Indiana Jones, and then
Right.
obviously in Spielberg and all that. Like this whole like pocket of all these people doing amazing shit working together. Beautiful.
And now, I mean, modern composers, who do people even think about? You got
Hans Zimmer's very popular.
Hans
these
Zimmer,
days.
yes, that's the only one I ever see people mention, or Michael Giacchino, maybe.
The guy who did The Mandalorian is doing a lot of things too.
Yeah, he
his
did
name?
the
Bear McCreary or something.
Yeah,
Is
he
that
did
it?
the Black Panther score.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bear
and a bunch of other
McCreary,
stuff.
he did 24 and Battlestar Galactica remake.
Yeah, no, he's probably the biggest up and coming composer that I would think of that's
Who?
not of a certain age, right?
Who?
Also, Thor Ragnarok was done by Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo, who
Yeah.
did Wes Anderson movies. He still does lots of stuff like that. So
Yeah, and Alvin Silvestri is still doing a lot of scoring too. And I mean,
Danny Elfman's still kind of relevant here and there.
Does he do a lot of stuff outside of
Not outside of Tim Burton stuff, really. And his own.
or the Joss Whedon Justice League?
yeah, but I mean, you're kind of right on that edge there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, film scores alone are like the modern classical music, right? Where it gets you into that, and you can have the full orchestra and many instruments that you're not going to typically see in a lot of other stuff. But at the same time, you can do an all digital score or just all synth and have it still be something fucking truly amazing and epic. It just all depends on the setting. But the music kicks into this movie early, and I just fucking love it. It like really sets the tone. It just gives you that action adventure tone. Fucking nailed it.
The whip in face reveal is pretty funny. Revealing his, like you didn't know it was him, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they introduced this movie like they knew it was going to be a big franchise.
Well,
Same with
they did and they
same
didn't
with James
because
Bond
it was.
when they did Dr. No.
Did you guys watch this digitally?
I streamed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I streamed it.
Okay, I'm curious. Did the title just pop up as Raiders of the Lost Ark?
That's the old title, right? It's not
yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
In
yeah.
just like plain white text or something, pretty much?
I think so. Yeah.
I was just curious because I watched it on VHS, and my VHS there's no sign of Indiana Jones. It's just Raiders of the Lost Ark, the original logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally it didn't have Indiana Jones in the
Yeah.
title. Yeah. It's like Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they retconned it to fit the brand.
But I just found that interesting. I was like, I actually have the DVDs, but I haven't stuck that one in a while. I'd be interested
Did
to
they
see.
redo it? Did they redo it and make it Indiana Jones and
Yes.
the Raiders of the Lost Ark on the?
Yeah, there's releases that way. Like if you search for it now, it'll pop up that way. So I guess Lucas is working on this like around the time of American Graffiti, or just shortly after that.
Or at least an idea form for sure.
Yeah, the serialized kind of Western thing, which he loved those serial stuff. Like, right, you know, when you hear him talk about Star Wars, it's kind of the same concept. I want to do a space opera. We want to do the old Western serial type thing.
I want to do a space opera.
I want to do
Fa-
something really
faster,
fancy
more intense.
space opera. Now that we've got the new
It's like
technology,
poetry at rhymes.
I thought we could go back and redo all the things that I didn't get to do before.
You're filming the scene all wrong. I want you to calm down. Anal should be smooth. It shouldn't be this rough.
It's a smooth muscle.
Maybe I actually get C-3PO, add him into the scene. He can add some oil in for you.
Yeah, he can be the oil droid.
The lube.
Well,
He can dispense KY for
This
you.
oil bath feels so good. What does he say?
Exactly. This hot oil bath feels so great on my balls. I think that's the line verbatim.
Pretty much, it sounds like it. I think that's right off.
He stole it from Hamlet too.
It's one of the few things that stayed from the first draft.
Does that bag of sand looks like it would weigh the same as that statue?
Fuck
Especially
no.
when he took more.
No, that's why it's funny because
he
it's
took
just
more sand
rough.
out
It's
of it.
such a rough estimate.
And then he like dumps the sand out too, which is funny because like the handful of sand
I would
comes
have thought it
back
needed
into play
more
at the
sand.
end.
Yeah. Well, he does pocket sand at one point.
I'm just reminded of Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
He does pocket sand to that boxer guy.
The days of sniffing the dirt are over.
But then when the
Booby traps.
well, the booby traps, then he
Booby traps. Booby traps.
That's what I fucking
because
love.
he ends up running out, and those things shoot at him, and they don't hit him anyway. So
Like so much of this opening sequence like reappears in the Goonies for the kids, and it's just fucking heroic that it just ties together like that. And Spielberg was such a magician.
You may not know,
with-
but it's the same
Like, what-
He's a
actor
very
playing
powerful
Data
magician.
in Short Round.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
And he's now an Oscar winner.
I know.
He was
Thanks,
in a
Nick.
movie you might have heard of called Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh.
I think that's kind of like the nickname for herpes on the streets these days. Isn't it?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. It doesn't go
Awkward
everywhere.
silence.
It doesn't go everywhere.
So we've gotten nowhere in this review yet.
So, and then the boulder comes down. If you might notice that he didn't actually have to outrun it. He could have just...
How many of
well,
you
no.
guys...
See the boulder.
Unless
Seals
it was,
it.
well, yeah, I was going to block his way out. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
that's what.
But if it were me, I would still decide not to get run over by the boulder and just take my chances.
Crash Bandicoot, the first world, had this same thing in it, which is pretty sick. And I love the Crash Bandicoot theme song. I actually sampled it for a rap song on TikTok before.
This always that scene always reminds me of the Muppet Babies intro, because you know they always like clipped in some real shows.
When your room looks kind of weird
Yeah,
and you
'cause-
wish that you were there.
Yeah, because isn't Gonzo dressed as Indiana Jones
Uh-huh.
in the intro? Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the boulder rolling.
What?
I thought I heard voices other than ours.
How often do you hear voices in your head? Yeah, I think I heard something too, though.
Noise floor is a little bit up on this, but I think hopefully we won't hear it.
So
later.
his friend betrays him there, and but he ends up getting a booby trap to all through him.
Well, yeah. So Tipo,
there's some
betrays
gruesome
him.
stuff in this movie, and
Yeah, there is.
Wasn't Temple of Doom the reason there's rated R?
No, it's PG-13.
PG-13, yeah.
PG-13, okay.
Yep, and
I'm
that
surprised this movie didn't create
that
PG-13
was their-
because there's some gruesome stuff.
was not as bad as Temple though.
No, what was rated R? What made rated R? What was the movie that made them decide to have rated R?
Debbie Does Dallas.
No.
It's a big franchise movie. What was it?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, you tell me, Nick.
I'll have to look it up. You guys keep talking.
You can do that.
I know this.
A lot of the stuff is off screen though. Like so, when Satipo dies, like we just see him stuck into the booby trap. So that's pretty.
Booby
cool.
trap.
Booby trap.
Yeah, there's one death in particular in this movie where it's completely off screen.
And then he gets outside to his freedom, and then we get to see Paul Freeman is Belloc, Jones's nemesis.
Belloc.
Yeah. Whatever. Gold jacket, green jacket. You know I'm going to mispronounce shit. So
It's
let's
just
get...
hilarious. They say it in the movie, though. It's just like... It'd
Yeah,
be like if you were like Peter Venkman.
All right.
Venkman.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Reminds me
Egon
of that,
Spiegler.
It reminds me of that video you showed me where the guy's talking really annoying with the food.
G-line, B-line.
G-line, B-line.
It's a G-line, B-line, right?
Goomai, right? We need one of those. So
that
if someone
video's
out there
great.
wants to get us the Jelly Belly Gummy Rat so we can do that when I'm fucking shit up.
So we can rip somebody off?
No, you can just put that in my face, over my face when I mispronounce something. G-line, B-line.
Yeah, so you get Ivan News showing up, and he's like,
Where's my autograph book?
that's the only quote Justin knows from Ivan News.
The Power Rangers.
You sounded more like, I hope I wasn't too much of an animal.
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you guys watch that Power Ranger special?
Not yet.
Oh.
I've been meaning to.
No, I will never watch.
I was watching it, and Liz is looking at me. She's like, is this a new series? I was like, no, it's a 30th anniversary episode. She was like, the look of relief overcame her face.
And the Pink Ranger.
It's just one instead of...
Yeah, instead of having to watch this shit all ongoing.
Kimberly said she didn't want to get in the spandex again. That's why she wasn't in it.
Damn. I would have wanted to see her in that spandex again, though. She could have fulfilled all of our dreams by still being hot.
I mean, she probably doesn't look bad.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I mean, I expect her to look different. She's not a fucking...
She might have conservative values.
18-year-old
not appropriate
anymore. I don't know, but I was a child when I watched that, so it was okay then. I don't watch it
Exactly.
now and think those things.
When you had a
It's kinda
crush on
gross.
her
She
as a
looks
kid,
too-
it was normal. Yeah, now you
She
look
looked
at
like
her
a boy in
She
the,
looks like a 16-year-old. It's wrong.
They look like children.
She looked like a
yes.
boy in the costume, though.
She was in a Disney Channel movie. I think it was a Disney Channel movie called Susie Q. Maybe it wasn't.
Because there were boys in the suits.
Played a ghost girl. You ever
Only
seen that?
the Yellow Ranger.
Huh?
Talking to
Only-
myself over here.
No, it was all men in the actual Power Rangers costumes, right?
No, not the Pink Rangers. Maybe in the costume for doing the stuff, I don't know. But
Yeah.
like the characters
No, yeah.
in Japan, the Yellow Ranger is a man inside the costume
Yeah,
also.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but the Pink Ranger's not.
The Pink Ranger was a girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
thought-
character
That's
I
why
thought,
she had the skirt.
I thought they
at
all
least.
were. So the Yellow Ranger originally was a
Yes.
male character.
It was poor design that they didn't have the skirt on the
Oh.
Yellow Ranger
So
either.
they just-
I never
they
really thought
cast-
about it until someone pointed it out, and then I was like, well,
They
son of
cast
bitch.
a small-chested person to play the American one, though, for continuity's sake. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
Nick, you're really going out on a limb there. Nick tries to get canceled this episode. That should be a segment,
Why would it
really.
be
You try to
canceled?
do it every week. You just say
missed the part
controversial
with
shit.
that
Why, no, are you saying that small-chested people are bad?
You
That's
were
what-
implying
that's what you're
that an
saying.
entire
No,
race.
it's not.
You implied an
I
entire
said nothing
race of
about the
people.
race. I said they cast a small-chested person, not a small-chested race.
All right, everyone. Chill.
Are you also saying that they have small penises?
I'm not saying anything about anyone's penis.
You brought up the race thing.
2 inches when it's party time is 2 inches when it's party
He
time.
always
Nick.
he always accuses someone else of being racist, but he's actually the one being racist when he does.
That's how Nick tries to project it.
I just said they cast a small-chested person. So that for
Hey, there's
continuity,
the butler from Trading Places is in this.
who's that?
The guy at the museum.
No.
Hey, at the museum!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Like you're like the computer. The pinwheel stops spinning.
For some
you finally
reason,
get
I was
caught up.
thinking Mr. Belvedere.
So, Indiana Jones is like, I don't believe in magic or any of this other bullshit. I just,
Hold on.
I've seen
We
some cool
skipped
shit.
over something important that'll come up later.
Did we?
The snake.
I was the only one.
Is this a college professor?
Yes.
Yes, he's a university
Well, all the girls
professor.
are like looking at him like they want to bang him, but they're too old for him.
I just want to point out Nick's pronunciation of the word bang is very hilarious
How
to
did
me.
I pronounce it?
Bane.
It sounds like he's saying
Oh, like
Bane.
the Batman villain?
I'd imagine it would be very painful.
I know it sounds like it's a very small, like tiny bit of an
But
accent that
they're-
you have on very few
Yeah.
words.
But they're 18, presumably. And he's
18
like-
to 22,
and he's like,
presumably.
no, they're all. He teaches 18-year-olds. He's like, you're too old for me.
Did he say that?
He likes 16-year-olds, as we find out later.
Was she 16? She said
Yes,
she was a child.
It's
I didn't.
canon.
Okay.
I looked it up. She was 16 and he was 26.
Well, that's problematic. Anyway, so he escapes on this airplane and
Escapes?
finds the snake. Yeah, he escapes. All the tribes people down there that are working for...
We had skipped ahead to the... Later. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a snake, and this is like, that's my pet snake. Do you want to pet my snake?
Exactly.
While I fly from the cockpit.
That's not its trouser snake,
That's
either.
something in...
You want to be Indiana?
Doesn't he say something like, "Oh, don't be a baby" or something about it? He like ridicules a man for his fears.
That's something.
Don't be a bitch.
That's something Indy and I have in common. I hate snakes. I'm completely disgusted by them, and it's hard to watch some of these scenes in these movies.
Yeah, I hate snakes also.
Do you know there's so many rubber snakes in the scene later on? It's amazing.
I hope so. Because how the hell do they get all those snakes? Did you know that there is an island somewhere on Earth that's just covered in snakes? I don't think it's particularly big, but you're not, I think, allowed to go there because you'll just die immediately.
Well, not all snakes are venomous, Nick. So.
Well, I think at least a lot of these snakes here are.
This sounds like the most made up like shit that a 10-year-old would tell me.
No, there's an island just covered in fucking snakes, and
Look
it
it up.
sounds horrendous.
You got to tell us. Nick.
I've read about it recently.
No, but I mean, you need to do this now. Alex can eat some more candy, and I'm going to move along.
I want one of those. Ooh, he gave me one.
So Indy's back there working at the university because I don't think they called it college back then. You go to university. Very proper in 19.
Isn't college just like a cheaper, not as prestigious place? Like they don't call Yale college, right?
Well, that's your college education, yes.
They call it university.
Yale University.
It's like hotel and motel.
Who gives a fucking shit?
Yeah, exactly. What he said. What David Lynch said.
Fucking A, man.
Ah, that man's genius. Next level.
Who? Me?
The fuck?
If your name is David Lynch, then yes,
he's off in
you're a
La
genius.
La Land.
Nick's over here
trying to open his peanut butter
I'm
cup.
off
I've
in
already
Lisa's
ate a
land.
full one. I'm on the second one now. I almost dropped it.
Booger's like right there. So he gets recruited to investigate the Ark. And did we figure out who it is? Is it the FBI trying to figure this out? I don't even think they existed back then, did they?
Reese should do a contest.
The Men in Black.
Reese's should do a contest where you try to find the wrong way to eat a Reese's.
With
They
my
don't care
butt.
as long as you're eating it. Are you gonna butt chug a Reese's? You gotta melt it first, probably.
No, I bet you could eat yourself to death though. With Reese's, that's the wrong way to eat at Reese's.
I mean, if you gotta go,
forcing
with a
somebody
smile.
else to eat themselves to death, like in Seven, but with
Yeah, that's
Reese's.
true. They'd be so good at first, and then eventually you'd get so uncomfortable and so disgusted. But the salty and the sweet balances out, so you could probably eat a lot before you got sick.
I
think?
probably could. I just ate like 4 or 5 while we were sitting here.
And you ate a whole. And you ate a whole plant Hershey's bar.
I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate half of it.
Oh.
All right. After he gets recruited, Indy decides he's going to go out on his adventure, so he packs his gun and makes a little quip about it, and then all of his other stuff. And then we see the first leg of his journey, where they do the map overlay.
Hold on, I still have to point this out. He told him, I don't believe in magic or any of this fairy tale bullshit.
Just like in Star Wars.
No, just like Judge Yulin in Ghostbusters 2.
No.
A bunch of malarkey.
He's already experienced Temple of Doom, though.
Yes.
He's seen some fucking shit. And he's still like this.
Oh,
And I'm just pointing out that
That's a good
obviously
point.
they didn't know that when they wrote this, so I'm not saying they should have had it. But
Maybe he's in denial.
They should have thought about that when they
yeah.
wrote it. And they should have been like, hey, maybe we should
when
watch
they wrote
that
Temple
movie.
of Doom, they should have, yeah.
Maybe we should watch the first one first and see what the dialogue talks about.
They just said, fuck
Wasn't
it.
he specifically referring to like Christianity, religion stuff?
No, he was referring to any of it.
I
Well-
mean, at
well, at
that,
one
if
point
I
he
had
says
seen
if
what
you
he saw
believe
at
him.
Temple of Doom, I'd be like, all right, everything's a little possible.
Maybe he repressed that.
True. Plus, I don't know what happened in the TV show. Did anything supernatural ever happen in the Young Indiana Jones show?
I watched a little bit of that when I was young, but I don't remember.
I don't recall being able to see that frequently enough to actually ever get anywhere with it, even though it had a young River Phoenix in it before he...
No, River Phoenix played Indy in the beginning of Last Crusade.
Was he? Oh,
Somebody else played him in the TV show.
Oh, okay. I only ever recall seeing it like once or twice.
Harrison
as a kid.
Ford's in one episode as a... And he's like when he's like 80 or something,
which
is what he is now.
Well, he's I think our grandfather's age. I think he's like isn't he like mid 80s now?
Well, I mean 80s, yeah.
He was in his 30s when he appeared in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, does he? That's pretty much a handsome fellow right there.
And then he was
he's got the look
for a while.
So I think Indiana or
he looks haggard as hell now.
Harrison Ford,
but that's what happened.
Harrison Ford was baning Princess Leia when she was like 19, wasn't she in the first one?
Banging.
And he was married, I believe.
I was banging. I was banging her. Princess Leia.
Wasn't he married?
I grabbed her cinnamon roll buns. We had a three-way while George Lucas filmed it with his octopus neck.
This flannel
looks
shirt.
like a frog king.
Can you imagine having $8 billion and you wear flannel and jeans every day?
I like flannel.
Doesn't he live in like hot climate?
Yes, it's very hot where I live.
He's trying to live forever.
I like to wear G-strings around the house.
He's just really hairy. He just
I mean, who doesn't?
Just a G-string.
I like to wear them backwards.
I play toy lightsabers that way.
If you wear them backwards, you get more breathable air, but you don't get butt sweat everywhere.
Wear what backwards?
All my butt plugs make the lightsaber turn on sound when you turn the vibrator on.
Just reminds me of that Chappelle Show episode. I found your mom's lightsaber. All right. Oh, yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
We're like 5 minutes into the movie. Oh, the drinking game part's pretty interesting.
That's fucking awesome. That just basically shows Marion is a badass.
But also, then she's not drunk. Like, I'll give this. She's raging like a drunk, but she's physically does not appear to have drinking any alcohol.
There's no
so that's a kind of...
Yeah.
She's pretty tiny.
Point Temple of Doom.
She must have a high... And Dan Aykroyd's in Temple of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Explains so much.
And so...
That was Spielberg's favorite to him after
And that's Karen
1941.
Allen from Scrooged.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's fun.
Karen Allen. You may also recognize her as the mother in Sandlot.
Oh.
She's the mom in Sandlot.
And who's the...
She's not in this one, is she? The new indie
You know
movie?
who the stepdad is.
Yeah. What's his face? I can't remember his name now.
Didn't they get married at the end of the fourth one? She's not going to be in this one? They're gonna say she died and she had cancer.
Right.
That's what they're gonna say about his kid.
they both died in
his wife and child. Crash. Yeah, his wife and kid died.
No, they both. No, his son went to Vietnam.
Almost stole from the day. I've never even seen him.
His son died in Vietnam. That's what's gonna happen.
Top Gun quotes, anybody?
And then Marion off unalived herself.
Marrying off Marion.
She unalived
Were you
herself.
trying to be funny there, Nick, or did you
No.
just accidentally say that? Okay.
And then what happened?
The epic bar fight. That fucking bar fight's awesome. It's fun.
Nazis in the bar.
And you know
hot
what?
Poker shit. That's fun.
I gotta give Marvel credit because Zola. I can't read my own fucking.
You mean
handwriting.
Helmet? What's his name?
Oh wait, hold on now.
Basically, they ripped that character design off.
Red
straight
Skull?
Up. Not Red Skull, but his little assistant. They ripped
Yeah.
off straight off from this guy.
I know.
No. According to this, she is in the new one.
Maybe she'll die in the first 5 minutes.
But not Shia LaBeouf.
Well, they don't need to have him in there. His son can still exist in universe. He just.
He should be in the movie, though. I'm not saying,
Is
I
he
have
gonna pick
very
up the
mixed
torch?
feelings on Shia LaBeouf because he's kind of a all of his weird shit is fine with me, but apparently he's an abusive person at times to women, so that's what I have an issue with.
Antonio
mainly.
Banderas is in this.
So I get it.
Mads
though.
Mikkelsen.
Him not being in there also, so because of that.
Yeah, I don't know if you need.
I think
that
it's
in
because
there.
he pissed off Spielberg.
Probably.
Spielberg isn't making this though, right?
But he's probably producing it, or at least fucking part of it somehow.
He's like, no Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah, after the Transformers shit. Same with Megan Fox. She will never be in a Spielberg movie again or anywhere close.
Yeah.
Will there be a mutt in Indiana Jones 5? No.
There might be a stray dog, but Mutt will not
Well,
be.
Gimli was in this one.
Gimli?
John Rhys Davies. He's Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
He's the dwarf.
You know, I've never actually watched the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh my god, it sucks.
So at some point, what?
It sucks.
It sucks.
Okay, everybody's ignoring you now. You know that. You just pissed a lot of people
He
off.
hasn't watched it. He hasn't even given it a chance.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw part
No.
of one in high school.
My friend back in my hometown, like, I didn't watch Matrix. I fell asleep on the first one. He's like, "Oh, you got to watch it." And so he made me watch those. I watched all of them. And he made me watch Lord of the Rings. I watched all of them, and then like I turned it off before the third one ended. That was enough.
I'm willing to give it a go now. I feel like I've waited.
Well, they're
long enough on this
re-releasing
one.
them at the theater in the extended version, so you can go.
Yeah, but where do you start? Do you start with the regular versions, or you just go right into the extended versions?
I think you can just go with the regular.
Do you want to watch the regular and then watch it again? And
According,
watch the
this will piss off Lord of the Rings nerds too, but I think it's fine to just watch the regular versions, especially if you're a more casual
They're
fan.
long enough. Why the fuck would you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the extended versions have stuff that's in the books and stuff that explains other stuff better, makes more context.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I get that.
But I mean,
right? That makes sense.
if you're new to it, I don't.
Plus,
I
it's
don't know
people
if
who like. You can't make more Lord of the Rings content.
Did they cut?
I mean, they are, but you know what I mean. They can't with these people.
Does the extended version put back in something that's interesting?
Stuff that was omitted from the book. Yeah.
All of the people who are Lord of the Rings fans would say yes.
That's just like me being a Jurassic Park
I'm a more
fan and wanting to
casual
see-
So they
fan.
cut out all the good stuff and just left the boring. I mean, they
editing a movie
sum it
like
up in
that-
Clerks 2 just fine. They walks and then they walk and then they throw the rain in and then they.
Yeah. But I mean, I used
There's
to really.
literally wars and battles and fucking love, and there's elves and dwarves.
I feel
and
like I've
goblins
You
and
can
trolls.
see that in other stuff. I think.
I feel like I've seen like
Yeah,
the
but it's
first half of the first
more
Lord
well
of the
done
Rings
than
movie.
fucking. And it's the best fantasy movie I've ever seen, for sure.
Which
Better
one?
than Harry Potter.
Which one? Which one?
My favorite
which
one,
one's
probably the
best
second one.
Second one. So it's like Star Wars.
I think I'm going
Kinda.
to give him a fair shake though, but I think I'm going to have to. We'll have to talk about him when we watch him.
Yeah, I got the VHS boxes here.
I'd watch it again with people. I don't think I could sit and.
Plus, the cast is worth it.
Oh yeah, you do have them right there.
Okay, so if they
No, oh yeah, the cast is great.
I mean,
when did the first one come out?
2002. No, 2001 actually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin, Kate Blanchett, John
the
Rhys
cast-
Davies,
The cast is great. Yeah.
Dominic Monaghan from Lost, Orlando Bloom, Christopher Lee, Hugo Weaving, featuring Sean Beam.
Doesn't
Sean
Orlando
Bean.
Bloom have white hair and like the little elf ears?
Yeah, that's
Elrond.
That's what I know. That's how he looks always to me. Like when I see him not looking like that, I'm like, this is weird. I don't like it.
Have you seen?
See, I've seen part of that one. Then I just didn't finish.
Have
it.
you seen the?
And I don't know if we rented it or what, and I didn't finish watching it. But
I
don't
had
know.
the first
What have you watched?
tape as a child. I had this one.
Have you watched?
Yeah, but I also
the-
moved out of the house probably. When
Do you
we
like
got
the
there.
Hobbit movies?
6th grade is when I got it, so it was around then.
Do you like the Hobbit movies?
I
haven't seen those.
No, and it's because the Lord of the Rings movies. There's 3 books.
The Hobbit is like the short precursor.
The
book.
Hobbit is very short.
Right, and they extended it into 3 movies.
It's
yeah.
trash for that reason. Now you could, but I have the animated Hobbit, and I prefer that because.
Have you? What about when Leonard Nimoy sang the Hobbit song?
No, I'm good. The Hobbit has tons of elves and dwarves singing and shit.
All right, now we can carry on because I got sidetracked us again. Which
I'm sorry, I'd rather talk about Lord of the Rings than Indiana Jones, I think. I mean, that might be controversial to some, but I think that's how I feel.
I mean, I think it's valid for different reasons, but that is more your nostalgia period. Like Indiana Jones, I grew up watching all the time. Like grandparents would watch these, parents would watch these. Like
That's
they
why I
came
remember
on.
watching them as grandma's house because she had the VHS box set.
I just remember like certain
that
people were always
Harrison
just throwing
Ford.
Yeah.
My mom wanted to bone hair. Probably still does.
My mom wanted to bone Roger Moore.
My mom probably didn't. Mom. Pierce Brosnan, Sam Neill.
It's Pierced Brosnan, get it?
Pierced Brosnan.
And
They like the accent. Pierce Brosnan and Sam Neill.
well,
I like the New Zealand accent
They have
better
the same
myself.
who else were we just talking about?
Well, no, they're from different places, but somehow they have the same exact accent.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
They're the only 2 people on Earth with that exact accent.
I'd bang him.
Hey, when are we going to review Air Force One?
Where'd that come from?
I don't
Harrison
know. We
Ford?
got to do that probably versus Con Air.
Hey, we should do that in next election season. Or that would be a good versus movie, I suppose.
I mean, they're not as close as some of the other ones, but it doesn't matter.
No.
90s action and a plane movie, basically.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
They should refilm. They should remake Air Force One with Donald Trump. Can you imagine?
He is an actor, a prolific one at that.
God.
He acts like he knows what he's doing.
I want to see him do action scenes.
So then after the bar fight and all the building burns down, Marion escapes at the artifact that Indy's after. And
I mean her vagina.
That's where she put it to escape.
That's not the artifact. He was after that anyway. He'd already had that before. He lost that and then found it again.
Yeah,
I guess.
she's too young to be an artifact. Yeah.
Well, that's uncomfortable.
A child.
You knew what you were doing.
I
was awful.
Bring you the baby. Could I have the artifact?
I was a child.
Oh, you knew what you were doing.
A child.
A child.
Here's
When I said I've got a sucker for you.
when they have that fight around the city.
In Egypt?
Oh,
Yeah. And you get the little classic gun thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where he just pulls out the gun and shoots the guy
After
instead
he
of dealing with him.
After he fist fights everyone, he's just like, fuck this shit. Bang!
Well, supposedly it's because Harrison Ford had food poisoning or drank dirty water or
Yeah, I
something,
think
and
something.
he was really sick that day, and he was supposed to do an elaborate fight scene, and they came up with just shooting him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
To give him a break, I guess.
That guy who played the swordsman was he's in a ton of other movies, like throughout Spielberg and Lucas movies as
Very skilled.
certain
As a
stunt people.
swordsman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. But that is one of the funniest scenes in the movie where he's just like, fuck this, and shoots him.
Yeah, so good
And then
thing,
you look
it's a
at
good thing
America
Harrison
now,
Ford had the
and,
Hershey squirts that day.
I like the line he says to Belloc, "You want to talk to God? Let's go see him together. I've got nothing better to do."
Yeah. Ooh, that little raspiness you had there kind of really had some Harrison Ford vibes to it. You should do it again.
I'll have to do it later when I'm
Yeah,
coming
when
up.
you're not thinking about it, just get raspy. Get raspy. I like it. Egypt stuff is fun. This is the parts I always remember of this movie, where they're out there digging and trying to search for this ark.
See, I do like it once they find the little cave and they do the sun trick and
The sun trick is awesome, and then there's someone that likes collecting toys and likes to take
Miniatures.
photographs of your toys. I'm just like, that's such a fucking cool set. It's like Back to the Future, where he's got the little layout. Sorry, I didn't have time to paint it or build it to scale.
That's great, Doug.
Yeah, it's great. So is this setup. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I like how he breaks the stick after he's done in there.
The floor, why does it move?
The floor. Yeah, that's awesome. When they drop down in there later.
Yeah.
When he almost rescues Mary and he's like, yeah, I can't let you go. They might recognize them. They'll know that you're gone and they'll come looking for us.
And Belloc is a total creep to her too. Like he's like changing to the dress in front of me. Yeah.
Well, at least she's legal here.
Yeah, I was about to say, but he's still giving off the SA vibes.
Yes, the
So we don't like that.
the Mr. R with the capital R.
Yeah, she has no luck with men.
No, she's just, yeah.
Well,
she's,
Indy did the statutory R.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Is Egypt in the 30s?
You knew what you were doing.
Or wherever it was.
Yeah.
So who
Did
knows
he
what
mean like she already knew what she was doing, or she knew what she was doing?
I don't know, Nick. I didn't
Jesus
write the movie.
Some of what you are about to see
Do you
and
think-
hear is
Do you
explicit.
think George Lucas wrote that part?
I think he ran it up the flagpole and see who's
He's
to
like,
look, but no one ever
I wrote
does.
the part because one day I walked into Harrison Ford's office. He had 3 children in there with him.
Jesus Christ.
And so the beautiful thing is he was just reading them a storybook.
It's true. All of it.
It's true. All of it.
Wow. This is a weird episode. I like it.
Hey, George, why don't you come sit on my lap? Join me.
You want to see if you're afraid of snakes?
Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
Snakes.
Speaking
I
of
don't know no snakes.
Speaking of snakes, this is the point where they're.
How many times have we said snakes during this podcast?
I don't know.
This is the point in the movie where they're in that cave full of snakes, right?
One guy had a
Yes.
gun and threatened to blow the other guy away. Wait, that happens in here too. We should take
One of them threatened to blow the other one
away. We should take movie quotes and like review. We should review movies using movie quotes from other movies. One of them tried to blow the other guy away.
I tried to do that as much as possible.
That'd be a lot of editing, though, wouldn't it?
Probably.
I mean, to actually use the audio clips. All right, yeah. So then they get down here and they find the Ark box, and then they drop down into the snakes. The snake pit. Wasn't that a game, Snake Pit? Sounds like it's a game.
That sounds like a fucking...
Oh, that was Pitfall.
Pitfall, yeah.
I don't want to play. I have a Pitfall on Atari's in the box.
Pitfall was essentially the Indiana Jones game.
Mm.
Yeah. It's Tomb Raider.
No, the precursor. Which is why.
Wilhelm Scream is in this
There's
movie.
one. Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. That's a little bit later on. So this whole snake scene, I don't like snakes either, but I've just learned to tolerate them. Like, I don't have an irrational fear of them.
It's not irrational.
I mean, anything that doesn't have...
They want to kill you. They will kill you.
This is a snakeskin
I
jacket.
mean, I saw a couple of Gartner snakes in my yard
I
the
should
other
start
day.
wearing
I'm not worried
snakeskin
about it.
clothing just
For me, it's a
because
symbol of my
I
individuality.
hate snakes so much.
I think that's a way to curse yourself to get attacked by a
Personal
snake.
freedom.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, they would think I am a snake if I'm covered in snakeskin.
You might get to bang Laura Dern if you do.
It's a snakeskin jacket.
This is a snakeskin. Now
use
jacket.
I use it as a condom.
I thought, hey,
Snakeskin condoms.
I'm uncircumcised, so I call it the snakeskin.
Well, you don't have to.
Now jacket.
Do you have to kill a snake to make snakeskin clothing? Because they shed their skin.
Most
that
of
how that
the-
works?
yeah, they're not using that.
They
That's
don't
not
use
how that
that?
works.
That
That's not
shedding
how that
skin
works?
is not
They're just turning the
usable like that.
motherfucker into a sock, basically. Like if you would
Yeah.
squeeze the venom out of it and turn it into a fucking belt. Like,
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, so they go down there and everyone's scared. They get the Ark up and then they throw Marion down there with Indy and then they close the lid.
and then the movie just sort of ends.
Yeah, and then
No, the best part happens. The face melting.
Yeah.
The face melting is so fucking sick. It is one of my favorite practical effects of all time. It is legit in the top 10 probably because it's so good. And it's not even in a horror movie is what's crazy. It looks so awesome.
the last
It still holds up now.
the last act of this movie becomes a horror movie for that like last 2 or 3 minutes, and it's beautiful because of it. I really wish.
Yeah,
the
all
rest
of those
the movie-
practical effects are fun, but like, you know, like the lightning bolts, obviously, like they're nostalgic and they look timely, so it works for people like us.
Yeah, some
But like
people
the
watch
face
that.
melting still works, I think. Like if you were to see it for the first
Well, then
time.
you had like the demons or whatever, like flying
Yeah.
around, and it looked
Yeah,
like
the-
an angel, and then it turned into a demon, and it's like, close your eyes, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Those some good effects.
You can't forget the Nazi submarine.
We
Which-
all live in
The
Nazi
second-
submarine.
So you have the
Nazi
epic car chase,
submarine.
which is really cool, but then they get to the boat stuff, and like that's way like you really slow the tone down. But then you got to show Indy going to revisit an old friend,
Yeah.
and then he's all like, "Kiss me here, kiss me there." You're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! All right, calm down, Dalai Lama."
He's like, why don't you kiss my chocolate starfish?
He's like, "Here and here," and
Is that,
you're like, "Man, that's inappropriate."
I think he forgot that she's no longer a child because he's.
I mean, I think he still seems kind of inappropriate. But there's a lot of people out there that are probably like, that's a sign of masculinity. Really neat. He does a good job. Probably not listening to this show, but there's somebody out there that thinks that.
Oh no, they stopped listening when we talked about Tucker Carlson,
Oh, we didn't give him praise.
Right.
Yeah.
and then we brought up Trump and Air Force One.
I mean, that's a movie
I would really love
watch.
to see that movie. Though.
I would
Yeah,
watch
that movie would have to end differently, though, I think.
Yeah.
He gets blown out the.
I think you can implicate yourself, or at least the podcast channel.
No, we're talking about a fictional movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A different ending to the movie, the reboot of Air Force One starring Donald Trump. But
Oh, Baron Samity's laughing. You know what that means?
so then they get to this island, which they don't explain, which reminds me of the movie The Phantom. Remember that 90s movie? Or like where the...
Billy Zane.
Yeah, the last
There's
act
a
of that
Phantom.
movie's all like just on an island. Like, why did people randomly go to these fucking islands? Like, I can't even fucking go on vacation anywhere.
The
These
Phantom, Adam Baldwin.
Oh, no, that's The Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice try.
Early 90s weird comic book movies. Much like Dick Tracy, kind of that vibe.
I like how the boat crew cheers on Indy when they realize he swam over there. But then the thing that they didn't think about when writing this is that the submarine's not going to resubmerge and hide itself. It's just going to fucking coast over to this island.
Sink, you fool!
Because Indy's just riding on top. Like, had that thing gone under, he would just fucking drown. The movie's over. Ended. Jesus. It's just one of those things you're like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Well.
And then the ending.
Yeah, the classic, where is it? It's being examined by top men, that whole thing.
So speaking of
bottom men.
Yes.
Isn't this
top G men?
Warehouse in the fourth one?
Is that where they store Andrew Tate's Bugatti?
Isn't that where the Nazi woman shows up?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's in Crystal Skull. Yeah. They go to there and they go.
Don't they find one of the crystal skulls in there that they're looking for?
I can't remember. I'd have to rewatch it now. I thought they went to the Ark, didn't they?
I can't remember.
Is the Ark back in it?
I think it is for a minute.
Okay.
The Ark is also appears
maybe not.
in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and it's also by a box of Rosebud when they're looking for Ray Zelinsky's shrinking machine.
Oh, because they're in a warehouse that's very similar. It's his work warehouse.
Now, the one thing I also thought about when seeing this movie is a warehouse like this with all this valuable shit would not be able to be survived by a tornado based off it just looking like a fucking giant warehouse with a little fucking tin metal roof.
Probably underground.
Well, I was going to say it would need to be underground, like an assault mine or something.
Well, it's like the first episode.
Not an assault.
The first
Area 51, man.
The first episode of X-Files ends with a similar warehouse.
Oh,
but it is in the Pentagon basement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's where the plane. That's what the plane was trying to get to.
They wanted the Ark.
Yeah.
No, the 9/11 plane.
I know.
Al Qaeda was trying to get to the.
Yeah, they wanted the Ark.
They were trying to continue Hitler's work.
Basically.
Al Qaeda and the Nazis joined forces.
So, are you guys big Indiana Jones film fans?
I'm pretty casual about it, but
I would say big, medium.
Raiders and Temple are my favorites. They're most rewatchable.
Temple, I guess.
Yeah,
Temple's the most rewatchable.
Oh, for sure.
I will tell you this: I enjoy them.
It's like a B movie Bond movie.
Yes,
like that's what Temple of Doom feels like.
It's just enjoyable nonsense all the way through.
Oh yeah,
I enjoy it when I'm watching it, but I'm not like, you know what I really need to watch right now is Indiana Jones. Like we had
Temple of Doom's the only one I feel that way with. Yeah,
even still,
because of all the fucked up gore and shit.
Yeah, the heart ripping out scene, like some of the little
monkey brains, sticking the hands in the weird shit in the walls.
The mining cars feels like
we'll talk about this in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, we saw Indiana Jones, the live show at Disney World in Florida, MGM Studios. That was pretty cool.
I do remember this.
That was fun. Did you ever been there, Nick?
We saw Crystal Skull in theaters together as well.
Yeah. Which
I did
that
see
is
Crystal
one of
Skull in the
those.
theater.
A lot of people fucking hate that movie, but I think it's great for the signs of the times, right?
It's fine. It's fine.
And I love alien shit. So
a couple tweaks would have been
not like shit.
There's some things that are lame, but there's kind of that in almost all of these movies. So
yeah, well, the fact that you've got to put all this Nazi memorabilia into movies,
especially if you remove nostalgia goggles.
Yes.
That's Shia LaBeouf.
My favorite thing about the first one here, though, is the score. Hands down, the score really sets the tone. If you change the score to this movie would be fucking way less interesting.
Feel that?
You know? Carries a lot of the movie. But that's what we've got to say about.
In a few more weeks, we will be talking Temple of Doom. Look for that. We're going to talk all of these Indiana Jones movies leading up to
The Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And if you're listening to this, tell me which Lord of the Rings versions I should watch first.
And subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/strangeglowvideo. We're going to finally get on top of that this summer. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good morning.
I have to return some videotapes. I have to return some